I bet you might just be the one who picks up a packet of crisps or a chocolate whilst your food is dancing in the microwave and you're waiting. So you've now consumed the crisp, the chocolate, and then you've eaten your food as well, your actual food. If we can just not eat that snack just before our dinner, I know you're hungry, but just wait. The food is coming. I want to start off by saying that there is a science behind weight loss. It is very much psychological, and obviously it's affected by your physical change and your contributions. But since a lot of my content right now is geared towards working towards a heightened version of yourself, a glowed up version, a leveled up version, I know for the most part it is a popular theme that we are all speaking about on the internet, and I would truly say it's because it's not, yes, see it as a trend because everyone's talking about it, but it is truly a key to your evolution. It's a key to your development. And so for me, my major factor was obviously weight loss and the transformation that I've done through that weight loss. But in order to kind of get to that positioning, it starts off with some type of awakening and realizing the power within, the willpower within is something that you've got to wake up to. And so therefore it might take some time for you to tune your mind psychologically to get to that awakening. Today I want to discuss 7 things that are keeping you overweight. And this is quite a deep end kind of discussion. But I think if you're looking for a solution, because I get so many messages, oh, I need to lose weight. What did I do? What did you do? You can do any method in the world, even something that you deem as the easiest, and still fail on this journey if you don't stick to a routine and, of course, maintenance and consistency. Anything. And for the most part as well, weight loss would always require the basics of eating less and exercising more. So thank you for tuning in. I am Chanel Boateng, and this is my YouTube channel where I discuss all things transformation, glowing up, leveling up, pertaining to weight loss, because I had the bariatric bypass weight loss surgery in 2021, and I went from a UK size 28 to a UK dress size 12 and lost half of my body weight. And I particularly speak to women on ways on how they can access their evolving process, which brings them back to a state of newness and a higher level and just feeling amazing and feeling feminine, free, and really celebrating their womanhood. Your man is keeping you overweight. Yeah. Okay, let me just pause. I don't want to turn off the girls who are clinging onto their husband's ankles as I say that right now. No, I'm not saying he doesn't love you, or maybe he doesn't, who knows. That's not what I'm here to say. But when we are in love, or when we have our significant other and we do everything with them, eat, sleep, drink, party, go out, decisions, bills, the children, everything together, especially when you're a married couple, your partner might just be a bit of a foodie. I'm sure you know that type of guy. He loves his food. But guess what? When he eats, it's not going to his thighs, it's not going to his stomach. In fact, he's slender. He's slender as you found him. And no matter what he's eating, he's not gaining. Now, I think they do say that, men's metabolism works a little bit more faster than women anyway. And regardless, when men put on weight, it goes to their stomach, and their stomach for the most part. You rarely do catch men who get big the way women do in all areas. Of course, some of it will go to their face and their arms and stuff, but it's pretty much more noticeable on the stomach area. And for men, it's also easy for them to lose it. Okay, so I know men, typically they will eat more or larger portions than women. And I'm not saying to you guys, dump your man. Please, I'm not saying that, sweethearts. I'm saying sometimes because we're in such loving relationships, or our man just loves us how he is, and or you are perhaps plating up food the same size as your man would eat, whereas his weight loss doesn't do how yours does. His habits are not like yours. He can eat and eat and eat and he can stay thin, and that might not be the case with you. And so what I would advise the ladies, okay, who are in healthy relationships or unhealthy, if you want to stay in there, it's up to you, baby. But even those ones who are in healthy relationships, if your man is a foodie, you might just want to bear that in mind, because these are the things that we ignore, and silently you are feeding yourself more than what your body should naturally tolerate or can naturally tolerate. And yes, also the socializing of it all and the outings and stuff. And it's always good to have good celebratory events or occasions with your loved ones. But again, he's able to eat all the cakes in the cupboard. And when you do, it goes straight to your thighs. It goes straight to your stomach. It goes everywhere. And this is speaking from experience, okay? My previous partner, he was a big foodie, huge. And he would put a mountain of food on his plate, easily. But I have not seen that man put any bit of weight. And when he ever did was his tummy. And within a week, it's gone. You know, but me, oh honey, I gained and gained and gained and gained and gained, to the point where I ended up with backaches, sleep apnea, just in a position where I really could barely move. The second thing that may be keeping your weight on is, this is going to our mothers with younger children, your children. Yes. A mother loves to have a child's leftovers. Girls, let's all agree on this. I still do it. And I have to be like, wait, AJ didn't eat that piece of chicken. Or when you're serving their food, you know, you're just... Whilst these natural habits are not easy to beat, but I want you to understand this is psychological, because you've now got to remind yourself and tune your mind into the fact that every time you bite, you're putting in a calorie, you're putting in more weight. It's just going in. And if your child, perhaps, you know, children can be quite fussy with their food, and you don't want to waste food. When your child has its leftovers, you've not only had your plate, but you're also now eating your child's, because you don't want to waste the food. My advice, my darlings, is if your child has finished the food, you can cover it up and perhaps try the food again with them later, or pull it in, you know, pull it in the bin. Get rid of it. In fact, get rid of it, because when it's there, you are likely to go and pick at it again. So that is number 2. Number 1 was your man, and number 2 was your child. Okay. Number 3, and I kind of mentioned this before, your mind is the battlefield. And honestly, it's one of the things that we as human beings have to often fight off. This constant devil talking in our minds, telling us that, oh, it's just one cake. Oh, and then you end up eating the whole thing. That slice would have been okay, but you ended up eating the whole thing because your mind is telling you everything of what you need to do. It is a mental battle, and it will forever be a mental battle. And this is why when you even go on weight loss surgery, you have a prior consultation with a psychologist. In fact, it's highly recommended. I had a private dietitian who also was a psychologist. She's called a dietologist. I've done an interview with her on my main channel before. It's currently down, but if you've seen it before, I did bring her onto the channel. And honestly, she was a huge part as to what kept me stabilized. And years later, she hasn't been consulting me, but I've kept with her, the routines that she gave me, and just the consistency of just maintaining myself to keep the weight off. It is a battle of the mind. Your mind tells you whether you should go to the gym or not. It even happens to me now. And believe me, some days I'm like, man, I'm not going, even now. But what your mind also has the ability to do is, if you fail today, you can reset your mind and gain again the next day. So where I didn't go to gym today, I could make up my mind and choose to go to gym the next day. And I know it's easier said than done, but I honestly can't think of any other formula other than what I'm advising you right now. If you're able to really manage your mind well and the battles that happen within it, you're able to say no to certain food options. You're able to even balance the amount of food you're consuming at a time. You're able to also say, okay, yes, I would go to the gym, or this is what I will do at the gym, and kind of manage and regulate that a lot better. But again, this is a thinking process that you've got to stick to and just be consistent with. Number 4, you are consuming more than what your body should be taking. There is a daily calorie count for men and women that is, I guess, by the health authorities have placed. Now, calorie counting, you need to be careful with it because it can be unhealthy. People do get addicted, and it could lead to the other direction of literal, bulimia or anorexia or something like that, which is obviously a route that you don't want to end up going down. Some people get way too obsessed with the counting, and, it just makes you almost become like a crazy person. But I would say that calories are a good measurement to just knowing how much you're taking in daily. And if I go to the shop, for example, I was like, oh, I want to have a bar of chocolate because I want a chocolate. I would look at the calories. Sometimes when I look at the calorie and I can see 485, I put it down. I put it down. And again, this is a psychological thing telling me that this is a lot. And if you do that and keep on doing it again, you know where that's going to lead to. And so what are you consuming, and how much of it are you consuming? When you're serving yourself food at home, are you eating off a large dinner plate or a side plate? I have trained myself for 4 years to eat solely off of a side plate. It's in my kitchen. I don't eat off a main plate. My son actually eats more than me. I regulate his foods a lot as well, and this is why he's also a slim young man. But he can eat more than me because my stomach is, a portion of it has been cut away. And so when I'm measuring his food, I do put it on it's not a large dinner plate, but at least a medium size. And I put a nice bit of protein and veg for him. But for me, it's a lot smaller. Okay. And I never even heap the food like on a plate. I put, again, a fair amount of carbs, protein, vegetables. And when I consume that, my mind tells me I've consumed everything that my stomach and the capacity can take. And I'm good for the rest of the day. I might go to, maybe have a nice treat later, like an iced lolly as well, or something like that, or a nice drink, but how much food are you actually consuming in one sitting? Also about consumption, are you doing breakfast, lunch and dinner? Do you need to have breakfast, lunch and dinner? Can 2 of those courses be majorly reduced so that you have the bigger one for later? Or maybe you have a nice fair sized breakfast, but your lunch is light and your dinner is a little bit more subtle. Consumption size is everything. And honestly, what is keeping people overweight is because they're like, ooh, breakfast, lunch and dinner is like a big breakfast, a big lunch and a big dinner. That is more you're intaking. And then that is going to result in obviously weight gain. Also, on the aspect of consumption or over consuming, I bet you might just be the one who picks up a packet of crisps or a chocolate whilst your food is dancing in the microwave and you're waiting. So you've now consumed the crisp, the chocolate, and then you've eaten your food as well, your actual food. If we can just not eat that snack just before our dinner, I know you're hungry, but just wait. The food is coming. When you belly full and you are satisfied, you're going to be like, I shouldn't have had that Kit Kat. I shouldn't have had that packet of Walkers. You're going to say that to yourself because you didn't need it, but you was hungry, baby. I know. I'm saying all these things. Don't ever get it twisted. Mama is guilty as well, honey. I can't wait. I'm hungry. I'm like, whoa, I can actually have a little snack before the main thing comes. Why not? But these are the things that add to overconsumption, which needs to be managed and regulated. Obviously, exercise and being active is very important, but I'm telling you, the main catalyst is about controlling the food, how much you consume, at what times you consume. These are all contributing factors as to what makes you gain weight or not. Number 6, alcohol. Alcohol is a silent creeper because it's not food, it's a liquid substance. But the hidden calories, especially in wines and sweet cocktails that are hidden in alcohol, is shocking. I've actually stopped drinking for a couple of months now and it's going great. I don't have a desire to drink at all right now and I'm hoping to keep that up. Part of the reason why I stopped drinking, I've done a video about it recently. I was actually being badly influenced by a friend, weirdly enough, and I was headed to scary territories. But honestly, I'm very thankful that happened because it's not only the fact that the alcohol was obviously becoming a codependent for me, it was also perhaps going to be something that was going to make me add on some more weight if I kept on going at it. And obviously I didn't want to do that. I've invested far too much to gain again. And when I think of the £12,000 I spent on my weight loss surgery and everything else that has happened, that is even, you can't even put a price on it, honey, I am avoiding alcohol as much as I can. I wouldn't say I will never drink again because there might be an occasion, perhaps it's my birthday or I'm socializing and maybe I want to pick up a shams. But even right now, in my state of mind, if my birthday was tomorrow, I probably wouldn't have a drink because it's just not something I care for right now. My body is not craving at the moment. But yes, alcohol is one of those things that help make the weight stay on. And so just be mindful of the amount you are consuming, or if you can just beat it completely out of your consumption altogether, that's even more of a win-win. Number 7, you throw yourself into the deep end. When you make up your mind on a Monday to start your diet routine, you're like, I'm going to go ham for the next 3 months non-stop. Let me tell you something that has helped me. Consistency is all very much key, but let me tell you something. Sometimes consistency can be very difficult. Try this thing. Do 2 weeks of consistent weight loss methods, whether it's gym combined with, eating healthy, whether it's lowering down your carbs and eating more protein, even if it's some type of procedure or whatever. Do 2 solid weeks of it. And then on week 3, give yourself a break. Your mind is either going to tell you that after week 3, you're going back to week 1 and what you was doing at week 1. So in week 3, what you end up doing is, of course, you're not so strict. You're not even going to the gym this week because it's the break week. But I'm going to walk, or I'm going to, go for a cycle, or, okay, my food consumption, although I can eat what I desire, I'm not going to go overboard. We throw ourselves in the deep end with everything, especially when it comes to weight loss. So a lot of people find themselves failing because they just can't keep it up. They become inconsistent because it's so difficult. And as I said in the beginning, if you're not awakened and you haven't gotten your mind to a state of confidence when it comes to this weight loss thing, you are going to absolutely relapse. And so this is a strategy I'm offering for you guys to potentially look into. 2 weeks of solid weight loss action plan, and then have a week off. And you will even see in that week off how you're balancing your meals better. It's kind of like, for 2 weeks I've done this so straight. Although I'm having a bit of a break, I now know that I'm going to have 1 slice of bread as opposed to 2 slices of bread. Or, I'm going to just have my cake as a Friday evening treat. You start to automatically work that into your routine and it becomes a habit. And finally, I want to just talk about stress. When I put up my video that went viral, a lot of comments was like, cortisol. Apparently that's the stress hormone. And I actually want to do a separate video on that because I'm kind of looking into that a lot more. And I definitely know, obviously stress was a contributing factor. I was very stressed in my marriage, not just because of the marriage, but just everything, life. But do check your lifestyle. Do check your social settings. Do check the people who are around you and what stress is causing on you. Because you may be doing even all the things correctly, but you're not shifting that weight. And it's likely because there is clearly some type of stumbling blockage within your vicinity that you're not quite able to pinpoint or locate to deal with it. And so, again, I want to do a kind of further video, particularly on stress and how it contributes to weight gain and what we can do to alleviate it from our lives. Okay, so I hope you found this video very useful and informative. I will really love if you can share it. Do give us a thumbs up, like, and follow me on all over social media, Chanel Boating everywhere. You can head over to my main channel. It's a bit quiet there, but subscribe for me over there as well. And here. Thank you so much for coming to Chanel's house. You'll see me soon.